Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. This is about Ganyu. It's one of my favorite characters, and I thought I'd try to get to know more about the character. And I thought, what better way than the Wiki Hoyo Lab? So, sorry if my voice is a little coarse. I have been a little sick, but one of the few descriptions I have here is the secretary at the Yuhei Pavilion. The blood of the Keelan, an illuminated beast flows within her veins. So if I go over to the description, sorry, one second. Sorry about that. Okay, character details. Though many in Leeway are fascinated by life in Yujing Terrace, its day to day operations and rules are a mystery to them. They are aware that the Leeway. Uh, oh wow, yeah, no, I don't know how to pronounce that. Kyujing? Are the cream of the crop who hold the fate of the city in their hands. But the calculations and the data behind it. You know what? I'm gonna just search that up how to pronounce it quickly. Hopefully, I get the right one. 1 second. Okay, so the way I tried to do a bit of research here, it's Chiching is the way to pronounce it. Hopefully that's correct. I could have just got trolled right now, but let's go with it. I suppose. Every decision are far harder to grasp. Actually, no, I'll just read the sentence over again. I'll just read from the comma. But the calculation, the data behind the Ching's every decision are far harder to grasp. The people understand that the new policies announced each year will change the dynamics of the market, yet none can comprehend how policy is plucked from the complex meeting minutes and compiled into something easier on the human eyes. As the secretary of the Yuhei Pavilion, Ganyu undertakes many tasks that ordinary folk do not see. For those that have witnessed her standing by the dock at daybreak, enjoying her breakfast in silence, it is difficult to imagine her in such a post. Even still, by the time the sun has fully risen, she will have returned to the Yuhei Pavilion, overlooking Yujing Terrace to continue to fulfill her contract. A contract that she signed 3,000 years ago with Rex Lapis. Okay. Ganyu is not the secretary. Oh, wait, this is the character story one. Ganyu is not the secretary one of any one leader in the Liyue Qixing, but is general instead the general secretary for the entire organization. Okay, got it. Under her gentle exterior, Ganyu is preserving as stone itself. This was something that Rex Labus, the leader of the Adepti, that's an I, right? Sorry, 1 second. Noticed very early on. Thus, when the Liyue Qixing first emerged ages ago, Ganyu was their secretary. Through the years and the changes in the Qixing roster, Ganyu has remained by their side as a constant. This has also meant that the mountainous piles of paperwork from the various departments and bureaus in Leeway have fallen upon Ganyu's shoulders. Okay. But though her workload has increased 100, or even 1,000-fold, her sense of responsibility has never wavered. Someone once queried as their source of her motivation and received an answer that was not quite congruous. Congruous? Congress? Quite congruous. I think that was the right word. With the question, what I've done is nothing compared to what Rex Lapis has accomplished. Oh, damn. Oh. I work for the well being of all living things in Leeway. Under almost all circumstances, Ganyu is a very trustworthy secretary. It's hard to imagine anyone outperforming her in the face of such an enormous workload, especially given her unique and penetrating insights into all of Leeway's matters. Nevertheless, her reliability can only be guaranteed under the almost all circumstances. The more important the matter, the more Ganyu strives for perfection, and the more nervous she becomes under pressure. Her nervousness does result in the occasional error. One such incident occurred during the Rite of Dissension, without, without doubt the most important annual event in Liwei's calendar. Ganyu was 3 minutes late for the rite and had to squeeze through the crowd in full view of all. Later on, with a face as red as a tomato, she stammered her way through an unconvincing explanation, all the while apologizing profusely to Rex Lapis in her heart. Her colleagues guessed that there must be some reason for the mistake. Those who did not know her well saw that Rex Lapis did not mind, and thus paid the incident no attention. Those closer to her worried in private and asked if she needed a workload adjustment or a short vacation, but Ganyu refused. I spent 2 hours making sure that I wasn't wearing anything too similar to last year's rite. Needless to say, Ganyu was not about to admit to this being the real reason for her tardiness. Okay. How long is 1,000 years? Long enough for the glaze. Oh, wait. Again, this is a character story 3. Long enough for the glaze lilies that once teemed throughout the Dehua Marsh to be wiped out by floodwaters, and long enough for the thriving settlement that sprung up from the Guli Plains to come to ruin and war. How short is 1,000 years? To Ganyu it has felt shorter than the blink of an eye. Throughout a passage of time unimaginable to mortals, Ganyu has been working on all manner of things at Yujing Terrace. She recorded the raising and demolishing of every building and witnessed the rise to prosperity of every industry. Ganyu's senses of objectivity towards the passage of time comes from the endless reams of data she must trawl through and from the ever increasing number of colors she finds that she needs to categorize it at all. At this time, her mindset has never changed. She constantly wavers between her human and adeptus halves. On one hand, Ganyu the Keelan finds it difficult to comprehend mortal squabbles, while on the other hand, her human blood reminds her always to hold out hope that she might someday be able to fit in. Oh, damn. Character Story 4. Outside the confines of her work, Ganyu very quickly shows how different she is from most other people. She has a habit of taking afternoon naps and has a shockingly accurate internal clock. When lunch hours arrive, no matter where she is, she will simply curl up into a ball and fall asleep on the spot. Even the raucous, I think it's raucous, dancing of hilly churls, raucous, will fail to wake her up. These habits were at first just a running joke within Liwei Chiching, but once after accompanying the then Tianjin to lunch outside the city, a well-fed Ganyu simply crawled into the nearest roadside haystack. She ended up being transported all the way to Dehua Marsh, waking only after bumping her head during the unloading. Unable to find Ganyu anywhere over the subsequent 3 hours, and knowing that she would not depart unannounced, the Tianjuan almost filed a missing person report, and after receiving a stern admonishment to only take afternoon naps where it's safe, Ganyu retorted, "Well, isn't everywhere in Leeway safe? Perhaps with the mixture of human and illuminated beast blood flowing through her veins, Ganyu's understanding of the world affairs is a little different to that most of humans." Ganyu's Keelan heritage is little known in Leeway Harbor. Whenever she is asked by someone walking along Fian Slope as to the oblivious protrusions in her hair, she says that they are ornamental heirlooms. If I told them the truth, they would distance themselves from me. Despite never having been on particularly close terms with Leeway's citizens in the first place, Ganyu would still not consider distancing to be a good thing. Her more important reason for hiding the truth is to prevent curious onlookers from touching her Keelan horns. After all, a Keelan's horns are a sensitive part of their body, both physically and mentally speaking. Another secret that Ganyu is anxious to keep hidden is the fact that she is watching her physique. The Keelans are strict vegetarians, but Leeway is, sorry, veritable powerhouse of gastronomical delights, one in which even vegetarians struggle to control their appetites. Ganyu, who has grown accustomed to city life, is thus very vigilant in matters concerning her weight and physique. Whenever she finds herself being drawn towards some delicious dish, she will attempt to reassert her self control. For Ganyu, the difficulty of such a challenge is second only to finding a flaming flower atop the dragon spine. But she is not one to give up halfway through the ascent. During the Archon War, she once choked a giant monster to death with ease after getting lodged in its throat when it tried to eat her. Said monster having fatally underestimated quite how wide her waistline was. For Ganyu, avoiding any similarly embarrassing episode in the future is an absolute must. I don't know, Ganyu's pretty thin, bro. I don't think her waistline is that wide to begin with. The flora of Yujing Terrace. Handwritten notes detail the morphological features and behaviors of the plants in Yujing Terrace. With each beautiful stroke, penned by Ganyu's own hand, the notes are succinct? I was about to say succulent. Succinct? Succinct? I actually have never seen this word. I'm gonna go search it up real quick. It is succinct, comprehensive, and well categorized. And even for some insights, the one would be hard pressed to find else on the market. These include pointers on caring for glazed lilies and methods for gathering silk flowers. In readability and scientific accessibility, they come close to the standard of official publications. Or rather, this is the experience if one starts reading the front. Skip to near the end, however, one may well be left dumbfounded. The final few pages are a shocking rash of black ink and frantically scribbled out text. Reading patiently and painstakingly between the lines, one might just discover that these notes were, at one time, various methods for vegetable cultivation. But if I learn to grow vegetables, I'll be even less able to control my appetite. Her hands balling into fists, it was with much difficulty that Ganyu erased the results of her research. Later, while watering the plants on an empty stomach, Ganyu found herself plunging her head into a thicket of silk flowers, fantasizing that they were sweet flowers in an effort to comfort herself. Many more fantasy sweet flowers followed shortly afterward during her afternoon nap. Vision. Keelan are paragons of benevolence among the Adepti, drinking only fresh water and eating only plants. Flies they will not hurt, and a bruised reed they will not break. They do not travel abroad, do not gather in herds, and do not trap, and no trap will hold them. They are leisurely yet composed, active but reserved, a gentle and elegant race, yet when a wicked beast from the sea arose and threatened the land beneath their feet, that peaceful life ceased to be an option. 3,000 years ago, Ganyu answered the call of Morax, the god of Geo, aiding him in the Archon Wars. And when the war was over, she chose to stay in Liyue and help the humans build a better quality life and build a better polity there. The first Liyue Chiching would need support, and she took this task up as a matter of course, becoming their secretary. The moment she made that decision, a vision appeared at her hip, granting her power to resonate with the world to a degree beyond her natural abilities. Whether she would grow strong enough to no longer need it, or whether she would use it as a last resort in Liyue's defense, regardless, she chose to serve as a bridge between Adepti and humans. Her vision then was proof and witness of her new duty. Okay. So I believe that was everything. And oh, okay. So man, that was a lot to take in. As you guys may have not know, the ascended materials and all that is just the Qingshin flowers, the whooping flower. I thought if I just mouse over, okay, the whooper flower nectar, and the Shivada jade silver, and that's like the flower. I forgot the name, hoarfrost core, and all that. This stuff I'm pretty sure someone else could probably explain better than me. Here's the avatar. Let me just go over here. There we go. That's the card. I'm pretty sure that's like the thing that they have when you're trying to wish for that. And here are the animations. They look kind of a little choppy, but not too bad. Oh, and I guess that's just her dozing off. Oh man. And then here are the talents. You perform 6 consecutive shots with the bow or aimed shot. Pretty much, I guess, like every other bow user. Plunging attack fires off a shower of arrows in midair before falling and striking them. The Trail of the Keelan. Leaving the ice loads behind, Ganyu dashes backwards, shunning all impurity and dealing AoE cryo damage. Duration. Okay, so it just lasts 6 seconds, and then I'm assuming it explodes. No, assuming. I mean, it does explode. It just does it right there. And Celestial Shower. This is what always looks so cool. And how long does it last? Oh, it lasts 15 seconds? Damn. And it's like 60 energy cost. Not bad. Undivided Heart. After firing a Frost Flake arrow, the crit rate of subsequent Frost Flake arrows and their resulting bloom effects is increased by 20%. Celestial Shower grants 20% cryo damage bonus to active party members. Okay. Refunds 15% of the ore used when crafting bow type weapons. Oh, okay. And the Constellation Dew Drinker. Charge level 2 Frostflake arrows or Frostflake arrow blooms decrease opponent's cryo resist. Oh, that's actually pretty good. A hit also regenerates 2 energy for Ganyu. This effect can only occur once per charge level 2 Frostflake arrow regardless. If Frostflake arrow itself or its bloom hits the target. Okay, Trail of the Keelan gains 1 additional charge. That's like C2. Oh, actually, that's not bad then. 1 additional charge. Increase the level of Celestial Showers by 3. Maximum upgrade levels 15. No, that's C3. Westward Sojourn. Opponents standing within the AoE Celestial Shower take increased damage. This effect strengthens over time. Oh, damn. Increased damage taken begins at 5% increases by 5% every 3 seconds, a maximum of 25%. The effect lingers for 3 seconds after the opponent leaves the AoE. The Merciful increases the level of Trilo Keelan by 3. Maximum upgrade level is 15. And the Clement. Using Trail Keelan causes the next Frostflake arrow shot within 30 seconds to not require charging? Damn! That's actually pretty good. And yeah, that's probably just learning more about Ganyu. I'm glad you guys were able to, kind of take the journey with me and reading all the description. If you guys lasted this long, thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate all of you watching for this long. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.